Hello? Hmm. This stinks. Hmm. Anybody here? And hello? Testing. I'm so sorry, guys. my my last live stream just disconnected, and it forced me to make a new one. Oh my god! I can't believe this just happened. Oh no! Oh my god! I'm so sorry, guys. Can you guys hear me? By the way, I don't know if it was like because it was pretty bad before. Okay. Hey, LJ. So yeah, sorry, sorry about that, guys. I did not intend for this to happen. Nope. Hmm. Is there like a huge delay? Can you? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, there's a huge delay. Because if you're asking about if you guys can hear me, oh no. Hold on. Let me hear it. Yeah, there is. It's like 10 seconds this time. It's 10 seconds like off. Oh no. Well, at least I got the connection down now. Hopefully, you know. But yeah, I'll get started on the next video. I mean the next. Oh, we got 6 people in here. Yeah, the delays you. Wait, okay, so I'll start reading. Wait, hold on. Streaming. I think I have to like inform Discord again. Okay, so 7 stars. No, no. Okay, let's get started. I'm again. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm like so embarrassed that this is happening. Okay. Horned Betty. No. Why is it that whenever I ask for a little creepypasta story, it's so hard to get that? There you go. Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right, the actor. Let's read this story. It's going good, Alia. Oh my God, we have everybody here. No, you actually guys are in time, man. Honestly, I'll read a couple of stories, just to like keep this. No, no, you're fine, Kayla. You're fine. But then again, it is a delay, so uh, yeah. But either way, it's fine because I'll be reading the story. Uh, all right, so let's get started. The pol- this story is called "The Actor." The police arrive at a murder scene in a location that is not important. That is not important. Okay, there is no way to tell anything happened except for the security footage. It showed a figure wearing a blue comedy mask. It had a dark black liquid coming from the eye holes on the mask. It also had messy dark brown hair. It pulled a large carving knife out of a pocket on its dark gray hoodie. Its visible skin was pale. It walked up to the figure in the room, who had all identifying features edited out. It proceeded to plunge the knife into into the heart. Okay, nope, this is too much. I already see so many grammatical errors. I don't want to read this because that'll confuse me, and I need to like get into the moment. Okay, so unused. This one looks nice. This looks like a nice story. Let me see. Uh, nice. I think nice grammar so far. We'll see. We'll see. No, I just put in sound effects in the background. Okay, this better be a good story because like I'm tired of looking for a good one. I woke up in a box again, stuffed inside the darkness, shoved against all the others. The only light coming from the thin opening near the top of the box. Hold on, let me put the volume down. Okay, let me start over. I woke up in the box again, stuffed inside the darkness and shoved against all the others. The only light coming from the thin opening near the top of the box where the walls meet against the roof, shooting a fractured, thin beam of silver moonlight in a line, covering the entire roof like a safety net. All I can think about was how much I hated it in here. Day after day, I have been waking up in this stupid box, and you do not even have the decency to tell me why. I know it wasn't always like this, though, was it? We used to have such a good time. You have taken me with you when you went camping, or just to play in the backyard. I used to wake up snuggled tightly in your bed, the blankets wrapped warmly around us. You hugged me close and promised me to keep me safe. I wish those days would never end and I was happy. Then you started to change. I knew eventually it would happen, but I was not ready. It was too soon. I would wake up and find myself somewhere I did not recognize, stranded in the kitchen or dumped and left behind in a hallway. You even left me outside once. I used to stick up for you. I would tell myself you were just busy. You had a lot to do, and you were not like me. You had responsibilities, you had work, school, life. All I had to do was make you happy. I always trusted you. I trusted you would always come back to me. I was so stupid. I remember when you used to fight for me. You would throw a fit every time someone else touched me. Do you remember that? Do you remember the day you got into a fist fight with Johnny because he grabbed me when you went to the bathroom? And then he wouldn't give me back to you? Do you ever think about those times? I do. I think about them all day, every day. Every day when I open my eyes into the damp darkness of this box. Every day when all I can do is push and fight for space as I stare into the thin sliver of light, wishing and hoping the top would open and you would come back for me. A wish that never comes true. It is easy for you. I am not unique. There are hundreds of me out there, maybe even more. However, for us, there is only ever going to be the one you. We grow close, we laugh, we play, and we love. Even as you move from one to another, staying with us long enough until you get bored, and then you move on to the newest thing. Never thinking about the ones you hurt, the ones you left in this box, the ones whose hearts you crush every time you open the box and do not pick the ones you left unused. We talk, you know. We talk about how to get you back. We talk about ways to get out of this box, ways to get free. And now there is even talking about ways of hurting you as you hurt us. We want you to know how it feels to be broken and used, to be left behind and hurt. Those thoughts come from the bottom of this box in soft whispers like the sounds of the wind blowing, soft and tiny voices, pieces you thought were trash, pieces that that you not only left behind but also destroyed beyond recognition just because you thought it was fun. Days pass, then years. It is hard to tell inside the box. Night and day, they're all the same to us. We are talking less and less now. Some of us have even forgotten, but I have not. Even when you finally put the box away, placing it high up in this cold, dark attic, leaving us alone and afraid, cutting us off from the only light we ever had, plunging our reality even further into the darkness. Our hearts were used to it. Finally, silencing the last cries of hope we had left, sitting there in the dark without our sky of light to keep us company. Some of us became what you always thought of us, trash, giving in to the despair you put us in, no longer talking, thinking, no longer being, just hunks of lifeless garbage. You turned us into everything you made us believe we were. Not me. You may have broken all the others in here, but not me. I refuse to let you get off easy. It is hard, and I can hear you even downstairs as we speak. And I hear you talking to your friends and your family. Up here, tucked away in the attic, I am forced to listen to the person I loved so dear grow up without me. I listen to you laugh and cry. I fear every single heartbreak and joy of every accomplishment. High school, prom, even college. I could picture them all. As much as I wanted to hate you, to me, you always be the little kid who picked me first, who chose to be with me out of the thousands of others. The kid who loved me and was proud of me. And even now, when I tried to fight it, I'm so proud of you. All the thought of revenge left me when I first heard you moving out. You were becoming an adult without us. No longer do you need us to make you happy. You're all grown up, ready to take on the world. I bet you did not even think about us up here in the dingy, musty attic, did you? You probably do not even remember we even existed anymore. The world was so big and open to you. What did a couple of old friends matter to you? How could I be mad at you? It probably was not even your choice to box us up and move us up into the attic. I could imagine your parents telling you you were too old and it was time to make real friends. They would tell you to grow up and stop living with your imagination. I am almost convinced myself none of this was your fault. I believe it was just a part of growing up. It had to happen, right? I was finally ready to let go, to stop being, but then you came back. I thought I forgot what your voice sounded like. When I heard it, all the old emotions I had came flooding back in, all at once. The sadness from losing you, the heartbreak of being forgotten, and the hurt of being pushed aside and unused. You came back up to the attic. I heard you say that you thought your kid would like to have some of the things that you grew up with, that you liked to play when you were growing up. No, I will not go through that all again. I will not let my uh, hopes soar every night, wishing and hoping to be picked up, just to be loved again, than to have them all smashed when something newer and more flashy comes around. Or when she grows up and we go right back in the attic, and she got us. It's not fair. How could you do this to us? The rage I have felt came back tenfold. There are others started to wake up. They felt it too. This time it was worse than before. Not only do you think you have the right to use us, but now you want to pawn us off to someone else to be mistreated all over again, pushing us through the endless cycle of hurt and disappointment. Well, not anymore. We will stop it. We will not let it happen to us anymore. You took our box down and placed it in your daughter's room, just before a sliver of moonlight crept through the crack and splayed its light through, throughout the top of the box. I can see you both now. You're saying good night and tucking your child into her small princess covered bed. She looks so happy, tucked in nice and tight, snuggling close to her favorite toys. That used to be me, remember? They used to be us. I wonder if it will hurt you more if it is her we hurt, or when you find out that it was us and it was your fault. Then maybe you will find a way to end this horrible cycle and put us out of our misery. We are ready now. I wait and watch you leave this room. And when then I push off the ones that were pushing me up closer to the lid of the box. I think it was all of I think all of this was inevitable. How many toys in how many addicts were thinking the same thing? Or the ones that were left under the bed or outside the rain? How many of us are planning right now as we speak? That is what I want you to think about. Every time you buy the newest toy to replace your older, unloved ones. I think about it as you hand your childhood toys off to a friend or your loved ones. Think about it before you stop caring. Think about how one day we might decide when to play. Then you will hurt as we hurt. You will feel how we do, and all of us, the unused. Oh shit. That was actually pretty epic. I loved it. The perception of a toy, that's awesome, but horrifying. Imagine it is an interesting concept if toys were to be conscious. If there were to be a slivering soul inside a toy, and you play with them every day, you play with them every day, and then suddenly you grow up and you're forced to just abandon those ideas. And this story is that. That's an interesting story, and I loved it. Let's see. Let's. What is? What you guys think about the story? I thought it was super interesting. Yeah, it was like a story for toys that apparently gets like casted aside, but this one's like much darker because they want to hurt the person that hurted them the most. And sure, Galaxy, if you want, post it in the comment section. I'll happily read it when I can. Or if you have like a link to somewhere that I can read the story, I'll happily read it. Thanks, thanks, Alaya. Am I saying that right? Is that how you pronounce Alaya? Oh wait, let me. I haven't done the wink in a while. Ah, there you go. I miss using this character. I also have a nice background now. This thing had a huge update. I was trying to finish part two. I heard the last sentence of the story, but it was great. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Let me see. Hold on, guys. I just gotta check on something real quick because my dog's kind of like barking, and she hears another person. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Now let's see. Ooh, Damien Hills. No, that doesn't sound scary. I mean, but then again, what story does sound scary by title? You pronouncing like Alaya. Okay, so no. Oh, Aliyah. 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 There. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to like sit down now. I have like this really old chair. I should buy like an office chair with wheels on it. It's like so squeaky. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What can I read? Oh, this one's scripted. Hmm. Nah, that doesn't sound scary. I was like reading and skimming through it. Carl. Well, let's see what his story is about. The story is literally called Carl. So let's give this a go, right? And it's pretty long too. Okay, police say recent sightings of a masked man in a boiler suit have shaken close residents of the Chainsville area. There's still patrols up on the lookout, so keep your curtains closed. Doors locked and lights off. Very sensitive to light. I was new to the neighborhood. I never been I'd never been the new kid before. It was the day before I started school and my mother was making my lunch, checking that every stencil was arranged and shirt ironed, sock washed. It's a mental thing. The doctors haven't been able to figure out what, but she seemed to enjoy cleaning and organizing and packing, which we all know that to be OCD. This is actually me combine talking at the story, but yeah, she always she's always ready to get up and go if she ever needed to. At the dinner table, she seemed quiet. I was nervous waiting to get up and go to the new school. The next to the new school the next week. Oh, okay. See, this is so hard sometimes because the hard part about reading new stories is that there it's before they even edit them. So a lot of the times you see like these stories and they're kind of like because now I'm starting to see it. There's way too many errors. Ugh, damn it! I really want to read a story where I don't have to focus too much at the time. Let me see if I can find something. guys are awfully quiet. Okay. Oh, now this is scary. Okay, so this one actually has pretty good ratings. I'm the boy who lurks outside. Uh, okay, so I'm getting butterflies as I stare into the cookie cutter house on Lemon Street. My eyes are focused on the first story window, just a few feet from the door. Just a few feet from the front door, where I see a girl watching TV. It's warm and humid here in here in July, but my sweat is cold and moist against my pale skin. God, why am I so nervous? I've had I've had this exact same scenario flash into my mind 1,000 times a day, but yet this all feels way too real. I start to take up a step up the old cement front front porch front porch stairs, but I can't. I li- I wow. Okay, okay. I'm gonna try to fight through this. I'm fighting the urge not to leave the story, but already I see so many errors. Okay, my legs are frozen. I float up the stairs where the front door has one of those glass. One's in front. Jesus, this is so terrible. This is so terrible. Why is this like this? I can't read it now because I can't act unless the grammar is actually perfect, and I want to read it like with everything I have. Okay, okay, okay. The flashback hits. Okay, yeah, I can't read it. I can't read it. I can't read it. This is just so much. I don't know how people can read it. Oh, LJ, you should sleep. Sleep is important. Jesus. Okay, let's try tomorrow then. I was trying to read the last story, guys, but it was just too much. There's like one after the other. Okay. All right. We met nearly 3 years ago. It was love at first sight. The moment we laid eyes on each other, we knew. Well, I knew. This is it. This is the one. She knew it too. She knew the universe had intended us to be with each other, as did I. I saw it in her cold blue eyes. They lit up an icy fire burned in them. One thing led to another, and we were in each other's arms. It was like nothing like I had experienced before. The spark of passion kept us glued to one another. We couldn't keep our hands away from each other. Sparks flew close, flew, and bodily we spilled fluids all over. Oh my god! It was the best sex I had ever had. I, I feel like I'm reading a fan fiction. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even know her name. I didn't care. She didn't care. It was as if we were solely interested in. Well, I can't say that word. I mean, I've said a lot of words, but I don't know if I can say aggressively hugging each other, uh, hugging the life out of each other. I'm gonna say that aggressively hugging the life out of each other. We didn't exchange names until the seventh night of rabbit copulation. Mara, her name is Mara. This is just the beginning. We met every night, and only at night she came over to my small apartment every single night. Right after sunset, her head dress danced around her pale skin. She stared at the frame of my bed. She was enticingly beautiful and full of sexual charm. Her long dark hair flowed like the black flames, swaying softly between her slender fingers. She always left in the morning, and I never bothered asking why. We hardly spoke with words. It was always moan and sighs, cries, screams of pleasure mixed with pain, and shrieks of ecstasy and agony. Every night when she was with me, I felt invincible. I felt like a god among men. Whenever whenever night gave way to morning and she left my bed, I felt drained, exhausted, sucked dry, completely spent. About a month after our initial interactions, I noticed something about myself, a cough. It wouldn't go away. During the day, I'd suffer from terrible bouts of coughing. It was painful, violent. My bronchioles and lungs would crack and rasp because of an assault by mysterious irritants. When Mara would come for another round of lovemaking, though, the coughing would disappear, and I'd feel this Herculean strength and vigor once more. Over time, my cough would get worse. Dry coughing turned wet mucosal. Fatigue took over my days. I became constantly exhausted beyond what was normal for me. Too lethargic to get out of bed. I'd gas out doing nothing. Dizziness and fever started taking control of my daily routines. My appetite had all but disappeared. I barely ate. I barely did anything. My body was slowly consuming itself from the inside out. None of that persisted with nightfall. I started living solely for the nights. Ma would come and take me to a world filled of ecstasy. The moment her icy hands ran across my chest, a fire burned inside of my heart, raining me with life. Her lust was keeping me alive. Her lust was keeping me sane. The feeling of her saliva traveling down my pipes is exhilarating. The thrills I get whenever our bodies connect. Merely seeing the radiance of that woman, the goddess, is enough to induce a mental pleasure of equal to an orgasm. The first time I coughed blood was right before nightfall, right before she showed up. The fire cruised across my lips, eyes. She crawled up on top of me, pinning me down, her eyes intertwined with mine, and she licked the fresh blood right off my dry lips. Oh God, the feeling that gave me. Indescribable, a mixture of ice and fire, a terrible cracking pain in my chest, mind bending, orgasmic sensation down below. As time passed, I became consumed by my illness. I became a pathetic husk of a man. Whenever my woman, Mara, was in run, a blood-spitting parody of Prometheus, chained to his bed, punished by God for his sinful love for an angelic being. In her presence, I am pers- Adonis personified. However, I am nearly completely immobile when the rays of the sun violate the sanctity of my room. Whenever the moonlight wrestles control from the sun, however, I feel life again. As time passed, I felt myself shrivel down, shrink, and dry out under the weight of Earth's gravity. Mara grew more and more radiant with each passing night. Her beauty is unmatched. She is perfection. Nowadays, I can barely do anything. I can hardly get out of bed, and she takes control of everything. I just enjoy the experience. I can't do much. My body's too weak. I'm just glad she still wants me. The fear, the end is near. I fear that I have died once underneath her. I saw the bright light. I heard the angels singing. I felt myself rising out of my burning body. Above all else, I felt the pain go away. Unearthly calm surrounded me as she pulled me back to this world, coming back down to hurt so badly I screamed as if some sort of malevolent force was trying to tear my heart out. I thrashed and withered beneath Nara. I overcame I overcame by the infernal agony burned my torso. Dust spilled out of my throat like white hot knives penetrating my lungs. For a moment, I couldn't see Mara. She wasn't there anymore. I was all alone. I was all alone in the cold and unforgiving darkness. There was nothing at all, just the moon and I. My chest seized up as I pulled myself into a sitting position, calling out my lover's name. A lump grew out the base of my neck, slowly suffocating me before itself out of my mouth. A bloody lump of corrosive matter. Fear slowly replaced pain. A paralyzing thunderbolt traveled across every nerve. It had paralyzed me as my heartbeat sounded more and more like a demon's drums pounding inside my head. I felt the urge to scream Mara's name into the abyss, but only a gurgle came out. I fell to my bed as the chills of my feverish muscles released me from the paralyzing effects of my paranoia. My eyes felt heavy, so I closed them. My mind started going blank, and everything was completely dark and cold, as if I was falling into a black hole. It wasn't the feeling of falling asleep, there was something different about it, something darker. Another tease of the Grim Reaper, perhaps. The pleasant sensation of her cold skin rubbing against my burning body caressed my mind. I let out a sigh of relief. I was too sore to open my eyes to look at her. It, I was just glad that my angelic lover was back. Her presence washed away all the pain and all the torment. She had replaced all of that with heavenly, orgasmic pleasure the moment I felt her force inside of me once more. Her love is truly to die for. Well then, Jesus, that was intense. Oh my god. Oh hey, Koi Wolf and Marina, glad you guys made it. Wow, I don't know what to say about that story. Pretty much, what I can imagine, that's a succubus. Like this is like an actual story of a succubus. This is awesome. The, because obviously she was enticing him throughout the whole story to keep staying, but he didn't realize that she was the one making him sick, making him ill, pretty much making him die slowly. So I thought that was awesome. That was badass, if I can say that. But yeah, I enjoyed the story. What do you guys think about the story? I for, see, this is what I want to read. Something that kind of like puts you in a situation where you understand that this isn't right. That something slowly starts to come to the ideology that this isn't perfect. Something is just about to break, and obviously it was this guy. This guy was literally dying throughout the whole story, and he didn't realize it. But he didn't care either. He he lost his will, his mind. So I thought I thought that was pretty cool for a story. The last story I remember that was reading so cool was actually the one where his wife was secretly dead the whole time. We didn't know it until the end. But it said in the title, but the more it started to reveal itself, it was pretty horrifying. But yeah. Okay, I'll read your Creepypasta Galaxy. I used to read succubus as succubus, but yeah, it was really confusing. But interesting story. Well, if you know what a succubus is, it's pretty much like a vampire, but instead it entices you with, I don't know how to say this, but pretty much through sexual means instead of drinking blood. It's pretty much just taking from your life essence, pretty much. Okay, so how do I read this? Okay, I'm trying to. Nope, I can't read the document. Galaxy. You gotta have to find another way, I guess. Oh, I need to request access. Hey, look, I gave you. I sent you a request. Okay. Let me see what are the comments. Oh, hey, Kaya. Oh, wait. What happened here? Oh, I'm sure. I'm finally sharing a fire with her. Okay. All right. I'm gonna read this. Hold on. Something happened. Okay. This should be the last one, I think. Cause like, let me see what time is it. It's 8:36. So yeah. Plus, it's kind of like a slow day. I realize there's not that many people talking, unless you guys can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? It's like this is a slow day for everybody, huh? I want to make sure that everybody's here so I can read it. If it's not, it's fine. But uh, it's funny too because it's like 6 people here. Just doing a count check. Oh, okay, yeah, you guys can't hear me, so it's just a bad day. So nobody wants to talk. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I'll start reading now. If yeah, hearing people read can kind of like make people fall asleep. I hope I didn't make. Well, actually, as an ASMR artist, I should be proud that I make people sleep. So, okay. All right. So let's get started. Some information about the character. Oh my God! It's wait, Nia Sticks. Are you actually new to the server? If so, I hope you enjoy my content. And hope you're having an awesome day. Really. Everybody, welcome our new guest, Nia Sticks. Unless you've been here before, but just to be sure, welcome. I'm glad you're part of the community because it is nice to have new faces here. Oh my God, it's Ren. Hey, Ren. Oh wait, let me give you all the signature wink. Ah, ah. There you go. All right. How about this? Since we're getting more new faces, I'll read two more stories. Galaxy story, and then I'll go back to Reddit and find one last story, and then we'll do Q&A. You guys interested for a Q&A well, or just a simple hangout? We'll just do a simple hangout at this because I don't want to be reading too much stories today. But yeah, we'll hang out. So let's read Galaxy story. Some information about this character. Anne is a very humble and gentle girl. That's sweet. See, everybody, welcome Nia Sticks. All right, let's get started. Some information about the character. Anne is a very humble and gentle girl. Her eyes are hazel, and her hair is some soft light brown. She sadly cannot talk, while her mom had not given not given birth yet. Was thrown by the crowd. Was thrown by the crowd in a supermarket and bumped into someone. Thanks to this, the I guess it's an area. The Broca's area was hit as well. Thence being the reason for not speaking. Oh, oh, that you mean her throat? Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah, her voice box is broken. I'm sorry, I don't know my medical terms. To let her speak again. but no one ever found out how to make that happen. Anne has a stuffed animal she cuddles every night to sleep. No one knows why, but once wrote that it didn't make her feel pain because of her not being able to speak. Okay. All right, so that was the information about the character. Oh, hey, Savannah. Uh, oh yeah, that's right. Oh look, we have Adelie, and we have Savannah, Adelia. Wow, we're having a lot of whole new faces from yesterday's stream as well. All right, so I'm just gonna read this one. Flippy punch. Yeah. All right, so okay, I'll just read the story, and we'll have another story after this, and then we'll just have a hangout stream. So we can just end it because yeah. All right, here we go. The 3rd of January, 1956. I opened to see my eyes. Oh wait, I opened my eyes to see my favorite stuffed animal in my arms. It was warm and cozy. I was finally able to convince myself to get up. On my desk beside my lamp. Oh wait, on my desk beside my lamp was a hot cocoa, a piece of bread, and a note. I tossed my feet on to the side of the lamp. I mean to, ugh. Sorry, this is actually me now, cause like now my head's out of it. Let me get into character for a second. I'll read it again. I opened my eyes to find my favorite stuffed animal in my arms. It was warm and cozy. I was finally able to convince myself to get up on my desk. And on my desk beside my lamp was hot cocoa, a piece of bread, and a note. Note. I tossed my feet to the side of the bed, and I felt a tingle beside my foot. I mean, behind my foot. When I put my feet to the side, I ignored it. For my curiosity leaned most to the note. I picked it up and could tell the paper was fresh by its smell. You could also tell that this piece of paper was specifically made of oak wood because of its almond-like fragrance. Hello, Anne. Your father and I won't be home for the day. I left you some hot cocoa and some of your favorite bread. Your father will be back at 10 p.m. I was excited to know it was my favorite bread. The bread looks like any regular piece of bread. It's the flavor that catches my attention. The bread is the perfect amount of sweet and plain. To eat to eat it to eat it even by itself. I looked at the hot cocoa once more and enjoyed how neat it was set up. The cup was filled almost to the brim of the cup, with a nice and soft brown, the white swirl so neat it angled. Sorry, my eyes are like failing on me right now. Alright, there you go. Hold on, let me wipe my eyes right now. There you go. Two nicely placed straws of cinnamon on the side of the cup, touching the rear end. It was so neat I would have kept it there for decoration, but I was too hungry to prefer that over eating it. I drank my hot cocoa like it was the last time I would ever get to have this mix of cocoa powder and mix, with maybe a tint of coffee. I felt the same for my bread. I didn't think much of it because I was imagining how people would be able to fly without planes, wondering how Wilbur and Orville Wright made their plane in 1903. I was zoned out until I heard kids outside. I turned around to look at the window, and there were snowflakes almost dancing to the ground. And I quickly stuck my head out the window and turned my head to see the children. And do you want to have a snowball fight with me and Stephanie? Said the neighbor's kids, who loved to hang out with me for some reason. He was even wearing red gloves and a yellow jacket, along with some jeans. From the corner of my eye, I saw Stephanie hiding behind a pile of snow. Psst, hey, that's cheating. We haven't even started, said the neighbor's kids. Red from his face to his neck. Chill out. It's all right. Nothing much happened to you. Also, we started without you. You took too long. Other kids, other kids are playing another round though," said Stephanie. She had nice long black hair with lavender purple jacket and beanie. She said they weren't pajamas, but I knew pants were pajamas. "Want to go skating?" I nodded and rushed inside to get skates, boots, jackets, and jeans. I closed my window on my way out. Wait, hold on. It's because like this is so hard to read. When it comes to like this type of font, it's so small, so I get mixed up with lines. Okay, wait. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, wait. There you go. This is better. Okay. Want to go skating? I nodded and rushed inside to get my skates, boots, jackets, and jeans. I closed my windows on my way out so no one came in and tried to ruin the carpet. Stephanie and my friends were waiting for me to skate. I joined them with a smile on my face. We were at an outdoor ice rink. The rink had hot chocolate inside the building, there, where you could find another ice rink. There was also, sorry, my head is not here today. I need water. Hold on. Okay. There was also a lovely lake where everybody fished during the summer. If you went to the edge, you could see all the fish scurrying to the other side of the lake. Most people are scared to go on in during the winter because they could fall in and catch a cold, or maybe worse. My friends and I were once trained to be skating performers, and we use those to see if we can get a bit of currency. I did it more than the others because my family is not that wealthy enough to do certain things, and I always love to help my family in debt. We did a few stunts and then made a bet of some sort. Whoever loses has to walk 5 steps in and back of that lake. I don't know why I agreed, but I did. We did a couple jumps, tricks, and races. I lost it at the end, and wait, hold on. Where can I go back? There you go. Okay, wait. I lost at the end because I tripped trying to leap in the air, and someone bumped into me. When I was forced onto the lake, I wasn't scared. I've done it before, and I was running to Grandma for candy. I ran 5 steps ahead, and something felt odd, almost like there was something wrong. I looked down at a black mist. It smiled, and I almost jumped. I decided to turn around and go back, and the ice broke in an instant. And I screamed for the first time in my life. I was being dragged underwater. I was freezing and couldn't do anything about it because of how speedy I was going. Suddenly, I blacked out. I woke up in my room. My cup, where I drank my hot cocoa, was still there. Everything looked the same as when I left it with my friends to go skating. I wanted to go back and check on my friends. I, for some reason, didn't have my boots on. I found it odd considering the clock only marked at 7 p.m. The calendar in the hall still marked the 3rd of January, and my father was nowhere to be found. Neither was my mother. I stopped my ideas there, for I did not want to scare myself with them. I checked my closet, the bed, and each room in the house, yet I could not find any of them. I decided on some of my blue shoes because I wanted to see my friends. I walked through the hall and find myself with Grandma's favorite mirror. It was pure gold from the side. With glass in the middle, I was too busy admiring it that I didn't notice my reflection. My eyes were pure white, they could glow in the dark. I was also crying without knowing. The only thing that intrigued me was that those tears were not the usual tears you would see on a human. My tears were a very dark black. My eyes widened as I saw the image on the mirror. I turned to my hand, and it was thin and pale. My veins were red. About 2 holes were on them, causing me to bleed. The black tears were still dripping from my face. Yet when the tears dropped onto the dress faded it away. I stepped out of the mirror's way and looked back at it. At a further distance, so I wouldn't see anything else I didn't want to see. Yet when I looked back, my eyes were the sweet hazel eyes everyone always said they were. My jacket and jeans on my wait what on my I guess I have to make up a word or I just cross it out. Instead of white, word white nightgown. When I finally was brave enough to go to the lake, well, I did. I was terrified to hear sirens and screaming voices. Your friend is no longer with us. I apologize. My hands shaked and I screamed, no, I'm right here. I'm still alive. Can't you see me? My friends just walked away in tears after I realized that I had spoken. I put my hands over my mouth and fell over in tears. I've tried to, I've tried going into town once a while to contact my friends and I never had any luck. I was called horrible things. A drowned ghost, a soul eater, a black A. Unlike them, I just preferred Anne. I wanted my family back. I just wanted to go into the arms of someone. I just wanted to go home. A nice life you had, huh? Giggles. I turned around into a black silhouette with eyes. All they did was hug me. I cried my tears and went back home. I ended up in a vessel, which is my stuffed animal. Wow, that was actually pretty good, Galaxy. Nice story. Sorry if I butchered it a little bit, because I get pretty nervous when I'm reading other people's stuff, but I thoroughly enjoyed yours. But yeah, it was really nice. All right, I'll read one last story, and then we'll cut to a Q&A or just a hangout stream. But uh, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? I had the thing open. There. So yeah, one more story, guys, and have a little hangout stream. The dealer from hell. I wouldn't choose a part story. Listen to the sound. This is not good. This one looks pretty promising. Okay. During the summer of 1994, a little known American scientist by the name of Dr. Warren Train conducted an experiment on himself, which resulted in a series of horrific mutations. It was during these experiments when Warren was under the influence of psychoactive drug called Dinanox that he began an extremely disturbing new life. At the age of 27, Warren was one of the youngest faculty members in the history of the University of Cambridge and was one of the lead researchers in Human Genome Project headed by Dr. James Watson. One day, Warren eagerly proposed an experiment to change the human genome in such a way that it would alter the DNA's natural structure and remove any negative traits and flaws associated with the human race, including arrogance, ignorance, ego, greed, and narcissism, as well as general cruelty. If they were successful enough, it could create a a race of humans so pure that any negativity in the world would be completely erased. An enlightenment of prosperity would follow. However, many of the scientists were against the trial, claiming that it tampered with what made life good and worth living. They argued that no one could know that was truly good without knowing that it was truly bad. It is, yeah. If I can put a pin on this, it is true. You know, you can't really. live a life without having a little bit of pain. You know, for everything that comes good in life, what 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 makes it good without all the hardships that you had to do to get to that point? I personally believe that. But yeah, back to the story. It was also rumored that Warren was best beset with personal problems, which many saw as the real reason behind his attitude towards the project, the Human Genome Project. It was not for the benefit of mankind. It was for the Warren to forget about his anger towards the world and to transfer himself to a world of bliss. Warren's credibility was failing. Nobody was taking him seriously, not even Dr. Watson, who told the young scientist to grow up and to take life seriously. Warren figured that if no one was going to help him with his experiment, then he would do it himself. He spent months developing a serum in the university's lab that he later dubbed D-Nanox, as in DNX. In May, he succeeded in developing the first batch of refracted dark liquid that was to be manually injected into the neck of its receiver by syringe. He succeeded by in keeping it for a while, wait, hidden for a while, but it was eventually discovered by a Watson one night. After a after a heated argument, Watson ended up smashing the beakers on the ground, effectively destroying them, and storming out of the laboratory. Laboratory. I'm so terrible at this. Warren would not be discouraged, though, and instead worked day and night at his own house to perfect it. In his garage, he set up a makeshift lab with a couple of test tubes, an electrons microscope, an incubator, and a large mixing vessel. He also used a large scale to collect and analyze every drop of the DNX that he succeeded in creating. He documented the entire process, and many of which can be found in today's VHS tapes. He would go days without eating or drinking. He grew his hair out long and was described as a skeleton by witnesses. But in the end, he was successful in creating the batch of DNX, or D-Nanox serum. In the videotape, he stands in front of the camera holding the syringe, claiming that this will be our awakening. We are the ones. We are the chosen ones. The chosen ones, we are the Son of God. We are the chosen ones. He was clearly in some kind of distress, but what was causing this is unknown. Warren then raised the syringe and stabbed his neck with it. He immediately falls to the ground and is unconscious for several minutes out of frame. Sounds of moaning and followed by laughter and eventually screams can be heard. Then silence Warren stands. Then silence. Warren stands back up, but his hands has been sliced open on the concrete. His bloodied hand is shaking with fever and is dripping black blood. As he begins to cry uncontrollably from there, the images of the screen are in a kind of slow motion, as if it as if a time stop button has been pushed. With each movement, Warren makes his limbs seems to lag and glitch behind him. His body is distorts and blurs. One second he is on his knees and crying into his hands. The next he is placing around in circles. The next he is close to the camera, only muttering, "You can never save me. You can never save me." The tape goes dark for a few hours and it comes back. Warren is now sitting on the ground in his garage. He's leaning against the wall, sweating and panting. He seems more relaxed and content through a window. We can see that it's not nighttime. "I don't know," he says. "I don't fucking know what happens. This was supposed to further humanity, but in the end, it only made it worse. I was trying to lean. I was trying to learn and study and find out what is real, but it just kept coming back to me. This demon, this evil. I felt like I was living in a fucking cage. It was the most suffocating dark I had. I had to stay there all the time. He pauses and looks at the camera. He seems to get he seems to be getting close in his own mind. Now I'm trapped. I'm not trapped anymore. Now I can escape. I'm You can never escape. A warbled voice said, off camera. Warren, you have already released me. You are a broken man. You can never fix yourself. You will never be sane. I know, one whispers. But I don't care. I don't want to be sane. I just want to be free. And there you have it. Wow. Okay. That that got dark again. So the if you guys weren't paying attention to the story is actually about the inner demons that we all have in us, but taking literal. See, the whole thing was supposed to remove all hate and anguish inside of us. Thus, the AKA demons in us. And so he summoned his own demon outside of his own body by simply removing all the hate and anguish from himself. So that's actually pretty cool that they used a metaphor in terms of real life. And but ironically enough, he was deemed as insane at the end because he didn't have his mentality. Because sometimes we do need hate in our lives in order to help us understand the difference between love and hate. Life is all about balance. So I believe that this was, ironically enough, a beautiful story, even though it seemed like he was losing his mind and it's scary. But it's scary, but in a good way because it kind of teaches you the beautiful lessons of life. But yeah. So, I guess we'll just start with Hangout stream. If there's anybody left in here that would like to talk, now will be your chance. Let me put some chill music in the background, and we'll have fun. Okay, chill copyright music. This one will good.
Looking for royalty-free music?
Oh,
Check out
sorry, there's like
Epidemic
an
Sound.
ad. I did things on
Find
YouTube
your
too.
perfect track.
Okay, there you go. All right. So if you all are here, we can all just have a hangout stream. Let's all talk to each other. What was your favorite story that you guys heard me read? If there's anybody here, unless it literally knocked everybody out with my boring read. I've always believed in the concept of yin and yang, yeah. So that's why like I resonate with that story so well because you can't have a heaven without a hell, and vice versa. Both need to be very present. Like this goes with my ideology of the afterlife as well. In order to understand the worst days, you got to learn how to love your best. But you need both of them. Otherwise, how would you know the importance of the two without one or the other? But yeah. Mystics, you're very welcome. We're glad to have you here. Hope you have a good time with us. I second that, Lizzie. I'm always happy to have new faces because honestly, the more we do this together, the bigger our community grows, the more that we can help other people as well. Because Neosticks, if you don't know so much about this community, we all came from a pretty dark history and background, and I love helping people, and I like to see people grow with each other. So it's nice that we all have a chance to really come together and make something nice in this world. But yeah, How's everybody doing? Enough about me. Enough about anything that I've been saying about myself. I want to know how you guys are doing, and talk to me. I really want to know what's happening, what's going on in your guys' lives. What's like anything, whether it's interesting or not. I want to hear it. I don't want to be a generic YouTuber where it's it's just me and the community. No, there is no just me. There's just the community. We make Shadow Combine, so I want to hear you guys. I'll give you guys a second because I know there's a huge delay, but I'll keep talking to you guys. So 8 breadsticks. That's cool, right? That's pretty amazing, Lizzie. Were they garlic? And did they have like a little bit of shredded cheese on that? Because that would taste fire, Lizzie. That would taste awesome. Oh, all right. I did promise a Q&A today, even though I want to have the main one when I reach 2,000 subs. But any questions you guys have for me, I'll happily answer for you as we're all here. I love winking. I'm just waiting for people to like to answer or ask any questions. Any questions you guys have, guys, please ask away. You know, if if you think there's a stupid question, to me there is no stupid question. I'll answer it to the best of my abilities. If you think that it'll cut too personal, no worries. The most I'll ever say to you is just, I'm doing good. I ate for Panda Express breakfast, so that was good. Hell yeah, Alia. Hell yeah. So I'm thinking. Hold on. I was thinking of something. I was gonna say something. What was it? Breadsticks were breadsticks combined. I don't know if it was vinegar, sugar, or turd breadsticks. Well, was it turd breadsticks? Because that would be actually concerning, Lizzie. That would be actually concerning, Lizzie. um, now I'm concerned with the turd breadsticks. Guys, help me out here. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. So I can't change the background of this thing anymore. I used to be able to. I want to like change my overlay, but yeah. Oh, hmm, that's a tough one. Give me a genre because there's like certain songs, like I would say for nostalgic purposes would be Crossfade Code because it was the first song that got me into rock. Um, but Weight of the World by Self Deception is currently taking the cake with terms of favorite song. If I recommend listening to any song, I would say Weight of the World by Self Deception. And not, yeah, like not weight as in WAIT, but weight as in heaviness. So WEIH, I mean GHT. I had a bad day, and then I joined in, and now my day's alright. Oh well, if you ever want to talk about it, our Discord is always open to you. We like to have everybody here from our Discord. If you guys want to just hang out and join us and talk to us, you know, all we care about is just hanging out with you guys. So I would personally recommend just being there with us. Uh, we vent to each other all the time. We're having a bad day, including me. You guys don't understand. I've had thousands and thousands of bad days, and I have talked to my community. Before I was very shy too. I was a very shy person until I found a home with you guys. I found a family with you guys. So yeah, I made friends with you. I mean, not friends, family with you guys. And I'm constantly, whenever I'm having a bad day, I not only because sometimes I like to project. So sometimes like I like to help people with their issues, and suddenly I feel the need to actually vent myself. I've cried on my own vent in my own channel before. So there has been situations where I if you're having bad days, what I'm saying is please don't be a stranger. Come over. We would love to have you, Neosticks, if you have a Discord. If not, that's fine. That's fine. No pressure. You can also talk to me on Instagram DMs or what other platforms I talk on? Twitter as well. I'm also on Twitter. If you need a link, I can happily provide it here, but it's usually on most of my videos. Oh yeah, I've never talked about this on stream before, but I'm so happy that I'm releasing merch for the first time. I even got my own merch, and I've been wearing it around around my house like a happy kid. Because that's so satisfying to have your own merch. I don't even care if nobody buys my merch. I'm just happy that I have my own merch. But yeah, no, that's just me, guys. Oh my God, it's Lily. Hey, Lily, glad you made it. Nistix, if hold on, wait. I wonder if my thing is still working. Let me see something. Okay, yeah, no, I still do have my alert bugs. So. I was like scared for a second because I just got a subscriber just now, and it didn't go through unless it was just like from another video that someone was watching of me. But I always like to like know who. Hold up. I don't know why I'm having like a gesture right now. Common is the type of person that would buy his own merch. I did. I have like the original. I have like the first merch, so I'm so happy. But I was thinking that I might do a giveaway as to the original merch, and just like I don't know, but I want to like have like a signature because obviously anybody can say, "Oh, I have the first merch" or something. I don't know. So I'll find a way to make it original so that someone can feel like, damn, I got the first one. If anybody even cares about me that much, but you know, I'll try my best. But for now, I'm just gonna enjoy the hell out of my own merch. I only got the sweater though. I'm thinking about getting the coffee mug or the hat because I'm not much of a hat person, but I will wear a hat if it's like I don't know. I'm silly. Um, I'm a little bit out of it, guys, because I'm super hungry. But I wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit before I do anything else. YouTube's been acting. What's up with YouTube? But yeah, guys, feel free to ask any question. You know, I forgot who wanted a Q&A, but then again, if not, I guess I'll just cut it short today because it has been an off day for I think a lot of us down at Discord because I have been helping a lot of people, and maybe that's why it's so quiet today. But then again, it could have been just my horrible read. So, and then again, there's a huge delay. So should I cut it short? I mean, this is the end, really. I'm just trying to fill up time. So, all right, I'll do 5 minutes. If nothing happens by 5 minutes, I guess I just I just end the stream. Yeah, it's quiet today. Unless you guys can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? People must be serious. Do you believe in fate and destiny? Okay, so I think I've answered this question before, right? No, I do not. I mean, in I, I believe that there is some sort of um, God out there or some sort of force or something. I mean, I'm agnostic, so I'm very, very general with the term. But in specifics, no. And me personally, I don't believe that there is such thing as fate or destiny because I mean, for me, I like to believe that my choices matter in this world. I don't like to feel like I'm just running along some path and then something's gonna hit me and then this is gonna happen. And no, I would like to imagine that there is something that I can do to make a choice, to make a decision in my life. And so, in my eyes, no, I do not believe in destiny, but that's a good thing to me. But yeah, I do believe in a god, but I don't believe in any of the gods that currently exist. It's just more like, you know, I do believe in something out there. And what's your question, Lizzie? As well as Aaliyah, to your question, yes, I do have one tattoo. It's over my heart, and it's a Japanese, no, it's a Chinese lettering that represents protect. No, wait, to protect. Well, there was three. It was three different words, but it was actually just one. Like they all meant the same thing. It was to protect, to guard, and to abide by. So yes, it's on my chest, and it's Chinese lettering. I did put it on my edit video. With this that the weird music video. I'll tell you right now. Our Shadow Family Anthem edit video, where it just says Shadow Combine in space, pretty much. Yeah, you'll see it like towards the end. There's like some weird Chinese lettering, and that's actually a picture of my tattoo. But yeah, any other questions? I'll give it time because I know there's a lot of delay, and I don't want like to rush anybody. So I'll give it time. But I won't lie to you guys. I sometimes feel so awkward when there's like a silence because I feel like I constantly need to fill in the void. Oh, how many times a day do you think it's okay to hype yourself up before it becomes you being too confident? Or do you not agree with that statement at all? Well, there's honestly, Lizzie, there is nothing wrong with being confident. There's something wrong with being arrogant or cocky, but being confident is a great thing. Um, just because like, all right, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Like, life is too short. There's gonna be one day, and this has happened to me, and this is what I want you guys to understand and why I'm trying to do this channel. You're gonna wake up one day, and you're gonna like realize, damn, yesterday I was 14. I was, thinking I'm gonna make a change in my life, or I'm gonna do something in my life that's so important, and I want to like actually be the person I've always thought I could be. And then you have like this moment where time flies. Time flies. You're 19, you're 20, you're 22, you're 25, and you turn back to that age, and you're like, wow, it seems just like yesterday that I was this age, and I said I was gonna do all this, and I haven't done any of that. And you feel like you have nothing to show for it. But you could be very wrong, because in reality you have done so many things. You just don't process it, because you have like this standard for yourself that you want to become this person. And that's good. That's good. You have these goals. But the longer you dwell on those thoughts, and the longer you dwell with the fact that you're not doing enough for yourself, is where you're putting yourself down. You're bumming yourself out, because in reality, life is what you make it. Life is what you choose to become. And so I tired of being that person that said, I'm gonna do this in 5 years. I'm gonna do that in a couple of days, or I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Guys, when I started doing this YouTube thing, I was so scared, because imagine, I dealt with a lot of history with my father's abuse, and a lot of things where the world just kept telling me no. Every day the world told me no, and I was just done. I was just sick of it. And so I just said, fuck the world. I want to do what makes me happy. I want to do the one thing that I know I'm not I know I'm probably not capable of doing, but I want to give it a try. I want to see how far I can make it. Guys, I'm 2,000 subs in, and I'm proud of myself. I'm happy to be this person. I'm not going to let life slip me by anymore. I'm not going to let that voice in my head say, no, you're going to do this tomorrow. Guys, no, you do this today. You do whatever you want to do, but you do it today, because the longer you prolong what you want to do, when is it going to be the day where you look back on, when you look back what happened yesterday, or 5 years ago, or 15? You, you all are young, but you're only young. You're only young for so long, and I don't want anybody to like feel like the world is slipping you by, because time is a bitch. And I want you all to feel happy to be the people that you are. And I know and I believe that you guys have the ability to be the best people you can be. So don't let the world bum you out. Be the best you. Be amazing. Got caught in my feelings, but that's more like me venting, because I'm happy that I made it this far. I'm happy that I'm this person today. And I'm not ashamed of being who I am anymore. I'm done. And you guys shouldn't be ashamed of who you are either. Keep fighting, keep trying, stand by what you believe in, and I promise you, you'll have something to remember it by. Even if it fails, you have that day where you can look back on and you say, wow, I did that. I did that. Don't live to regret. I'd rather be sorry than safe. I'm happy you decided to do what you love. I'm gonna honestly say you and a lot of people on Discord are the most genuine people I have ever met. Thank you for being you. Thank you guys for supporting me. That's the real thing. You know, if it wasn't for you guys, I probably would have given up on this stream a while ago. But something in me just keeps saying, these people look up to you, Combine, and you need to hang in there. So, thank you guys for letting me realize that this is my dream. This is what I've always wanted to do. You may not think, oh wow, this is just a guy behind a computer. He doesn't care. Ironically enough, this is my closest to heaven, to normalcy that I've ever been. I've been looking from the world from just a keyhole. I've always had four walls surrounding me, and ironically enough, I've just been too afraid to interact with the world. But that's where it ends. This is not me. I want to be more than this, and I'm happy to be more. But I need to keep fighting. I need to keep trying, because tomorrow's a new day, right? Be that. Be. Don't let tomorrow take you. You take tomorrow. You take today. You take any time, but this is your time. Nothing else can stop you. Don't let some idiot tell you that your dreams are not worth trying, because in the end, what's life been about? Why are you still alive if you're too afraid to make your dreams come true? Even if it's stupid, even if it's crazy, you go for it. You try every day, but you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to take some of the punches because it doesn't come tomorrow. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. PewDiePie wasn't famous in a week. PewDiePie was actually famous in 2 years. Trust me when I say perfection takes time, but you need to start today. Tomorrow is not your day, it's today. It's right now. This is the only time you're alive. You're not alive tomorrow, and you weren't alive back then. You're now alive. So live it. Live the life that you got currently, and then the day that you're old and you're sitting on your ass, you can say, wow, I did all that. I'm alive. I'm happy. And even if you're not, you have memories to look back on. Just like a sour ex that was like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like, I'm trying to express to you the concerns that I've had over my life. I've had all these like fears because believe me, guys, I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. There's no way in this world that you can account for all the distress that you had. You just gotta roll with the punches because it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take. And those were the words that I lived by, Rocky Balboa. I kept going, I kept going, I kept trying, I kept fighting. And I won't stop until the day that I finally die. And that's not going to come until when it happens. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I'm going to keep fighting until that happens. And I'll have a life to live by. I'll have a legacy, a dream that maybe even my own son or daughter, where whatever kids I may have in the future, can sort of look up to this person and say, he did something. And I love to inspire. I love to inspire. I love this. But yeah. And thank you, Leah. I'm happy that you're a part of this family too. But you guys, do the best that you can. Time is no joke. You're gonna I still look back on the times where I could have done something. And I realized that shit, I didn't try hard enough. But now I can. Now I can. Well, you want to know why, Lizzie? Never do what you love for money. Because it kind of takes from that experience. I love being an emotional speaker, but I don't have it in me to do it for money. Because I know that once it becomes a job, I'll hate it. Hate it so much. YouTube is like more of an exception because it's a hobby. It's like something you're trying to build up. This is my dream. This is my passion. It's the one thing I'll do happily and do it for money as well. But that's still at the back because I can just take any job right now and still become a YouTuber. But as long as I'm inspiring people, that's why I do this. This is why I live. This is the person that I am now. And I'm not ashamed of it. I once was ashamed of constantly trying to help people, constantly trying to stick my nose into people's business and helping a situation that I knew was a inevitable end, but this is something that I live for. Happiness. Again, boy got me running motion at 3 a.m. Burnt to tears. I didn't read the rest of that part. I just read the first question. But Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Like, I'm just rambling on, but that doesn't mean you have to stop at asking anything. I'm just rambling just to fill in the void, because I don't like quietness. I don't like silence, because it's like when you chose to do something you love and make it a profession, you never work again. Exactly, Nancy. This is what I'm doing. YouTube. This is the one thing that I finally see, not as a job, but as something that I can finally do. But that, but I have the freedom. With public speaking, you're on a schedule. With YouTube, you're doing whatever you want to do. Like today, I can become a gamer. Tomorrow, I'm an ASM artist, and the next day, I'm just Combine. Like I'm just me. I can do whatever I want, and people just want to see how I'm doing. You guys don't understand. It's like the nicest thing when someone tells me, "Oh, Combine, I won't be able to make it to the stream today," and I'm like, "But why are you telling me? Why why people tell me whether they're gonna be watching my stream today?" And I'm like, because I created a family, I created a community, and realized this isn't a job for me. This is a family. This is something that I worked for, and I'm finally receiving something that matters to me. I'm not a public speaker. I'm just a person that knows what it is to feel. And I guess I just learned how to say it properly. But at the end of the day, I'm just scared like everybody. Probably more so sometimes because I'm terrified of life, guys. I've been scared since day one. I mean, if I can be honest, guys, like it's scary. Living life is scary, but that's what makes it so beautiful. And I have to go to bed, but I hope you have an amazing rest of your day/night, morning. Bye, Combine family. Aaliyah, you're a shadow too now. if you subscribe to us, you're in, you. This is your family too. So join a Discord if you're ever just in the mood to just talk to us, Aaliyah. But take care. I love you, and have an awesome day. Oh my god, Neostix is still here. I thought Neostix left. I thought I bored her or something. Wait, are you her or he? Or they? Because I don't want to get this wrong. I just see purple and a female avatar, so I thought her, so I just want to make sure. But yeah, she has the same name as, I mean, she has the same last name as my brother from my mother's side. Diaz. Oh, okay, perfect. So yeah, Neostix. I thought you left because you were so quiet. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask me? I'll happily answer anything that you have in mind. Uh, I'll again, sorry guys if I was being a little bit too emotional earlier. I don't know. I wanted you guys to understand the importance of that because you never know what you have until it's gone. So take what you have today and love the hell out of it because there's no better time than the present to do what you want to do. I'll give it a second because there's a lot of delay. I almost talked about my personal life. Well, I have on multiple occasions, but it's so hard not to say your own name. Like you think that you don't say your names so much, but when you become a faceless YouTuber on a stream, where if you say it once, yeah, it's already recorded everywhere. Unless you can delete the stream in time, but there will be some people that know your name. I'm guessing you wear black a lot, but what would be your next clothing color choice? White, and if not white, blue or dark blue. Sometimes red, but red is a very rare color for me to wear. I like a lot of dark colors though. What are you talking about? Wait, Lizzie is Lizzie your real name? Because I love that name. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's your name though. That's the important thing. I wish I could say my name to you guys so you understand how I feel. Because my name is a pretty unique name. Sorry, I'm just really shy. Um, when you have a bad day, what do you usually do? When I have a bad day, honestly, Nia Sticks, well, I'll be honest. I'll be super blunt with you, Nia Sticks. If we're talking about the old Combine, the Combine that wasn't a YouTuber or just alone in his room, I'd shut off from the world. I'd shut off from the world because I was like so scared of everything. I would just be in my room and maybe maybe cry or just shut off emotionally. Like I was a broken person back then. I'd push everybody away. I'd not talk to anybody. But obviously that was never the right thing to do. Because the more you push people away, you start to realize that you're just becoming alone. I mean, I was alone to begin with, but you know, you have friends sometimes, and then you, you shoot your shot, and it's like done. But what I do now, Nia Sticks, and what really helps, even though it's like the hardest thing in the world, but you feel accomplished when you do it. When you're having a bad day, sometimes, yeah, sure, take some time for yourself. Take all the time you need. Sometimes you just need to listen to music, lie in bed, and forgive yourself. Sometimes I know it's a ridiculous thing to say, "Oh, I forgive myself." No, 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 no. Like really take the time to forgive yourself for mistakes. Like sometimes you don't realize it, but us as humans can be really tough on ourselves. We say stupid things like, "Oh, I should have done this, I should have done that," and I'm so regretful. Sometimes life is just about forgiving yourself, and you don't really know that, but you start to do on it. Sometimes even talking to people. What I do now, whenever I'm having a really bad day, sometimes I get onto Discord or talk to my friends, my family, and just say, "Look, I'm just not having a good day, guys. You know, life is getting me down. Life is beating me up." And I'll just wait. I'll wait for a moment before the tears start rolling in. Sometimes it's okay to cry. There's nothing wrong with feeling emotional. Sometimes you need to learn how to feel like you're being heard. But if you don't put yourself out there, you will never be listened to. You'll never be heard. And it's easy to just throw the whole world away and just to hide. But you will never truly know until you try. So, Nistics, if you're ever feeling like life is just beating you up, give people a chance to hear you out. Talk to them and say, "Look, I need to talk. I'm not. I need help." Or Even just to even have a conversation about it. You didn't even have to personally outright say what you're going through, but sometimes just talking to someone. Sometimes you'd even need to call someone to talk about the issues itself. Maybe you just want to hear someone. And just talking to someone, just hanging around with someone, just being around friends, families, people who care about you will remind you that you're still a human being. And while some people will say, you know, you don't want to feel human sometimes, that's all we care about. All of us just want to be loved. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Don't let people tell you how to live your life because Nistix, you're amazing. You're awesome. You're doing what you think is right. And let's be honest, none of us really have the answers to how to live our life. I know very little to nothing. I'm scared as much as anybody else. And I'm still trying to figure out what I should be doing right. But I learned one thing, and that's not to be ashamed of myself anymore. So remember that, you sticks. Just be happy with who you are right now, right? But oh, okay. Wait, let me read Lizzie's next one. Lizzie's a shortened version of my real middle name, if that makes sense. Well, that's fine. But you know, it's your name, Lizzie. I mean, you can always change it eventually when you grow up, but it's your name. Don't be so hard on it, you know. But anyways, guys, this has been a nice and wonderful stream. Getting to know you all personally and on such amazing level has given me a kind of like a wake up moment where I realize I love this. I love doing this, and I think I've made a real connection with all of you guys when it comes to a family. And for once in my life, I can finally say that I'm not alone. I'm not. You guys help me, and you guys understand me in such a level that, well, yes, you guys can say, "Oh, but I'm just your fan. I'm not really your family." I mean, that's fine. But what constitutes as anything, and all I can say is I'm just happy to be here. I'm grateful to have all of you guys. I'm grateful to be able to find people that understand me in such a level that I can talk to them, that I can help them, and they can help me. We're creating something here, right? We're alive. We're happy. So don't let the world tell you no. As I always say, stay beautiful, stay perfect, but above all else, stay awesome. Bye, guys. Oh wait, here's a wink.